Did Gateway just create the holy grail of distance drivers? I think so. Let's get a little backstory. I used to throw a lot of enema. I know what you're thinking. They had one disc, you've probably never heard of it. It's called a destroyer. But there was this guy, he could throw really far. Think of him as kind of like a disc golf Power Ranger. His name was Avery Jenkins. No, he's not my brother. Anyway, Avery could throw really far, so they made him his special run of destroyer. They're so rare that it's probably illegal for me to even have one. The NXT plastic from Gateway feels almost exactly like the Star plastic from Innova. So I have no problem replacing my $50 AJ Destroyer with this $18 NXT Realm. One of the things that I loved the most about my AJ Destroyers was how I could throw them on a little bit of a hyzer flip and get them to just go straight and then have that reliable fade at the end. With the Realm from Gateway, I'm getting the exact same flight. I'm able to throw it on a little bit of hyzer, it flips up to flat, and then is getting that reliable finish at the end, just like my AJ Destroyers. Anybody else just carry around a mini in their pocket? Like you go to the gas station or out to eat after a tournament and you're like, I could putt right now. I'm gonna throw a few of these. I've got, these three are Realms, and then this is the illegal AJ Destroyer. It's like a $50 disc. I actually stopped throwing this disc. It was one of my go-tos forever, and I stopped throwing it because I couldn't find any more like it. The new Destroyers are so overstable. AJ Destroyer. Fresh NXT Realm. Oh, that would have been smashed if I had thrown it. Let's just pretend it went far. Fresh Diamond Realm. These, listen to that. Hear that? These fly very similar to the Calvin Destroyers. In fact, I think I just threw that on top of the other Calvin Destroyer. My go-to Realm, the one that actually replaced my AJ Destroyer. So, that felt far. Let's go see. Let's just pretend they all went far, just for my pride. One of the biggest things I've noticed about the Realm is how it's just stable. It'll kind of flip up to flat and then have a little bit of overstability at the very end of its flight. But if you turn this disc over, it actually likes to hold an anhyzer fairly well for a 12-speed driver. The Realm in that NXT plastic is definitely a little flippier than the AJ Destroyers. I still feel like that's the closest thing that you can get to an AJ Destroyer right now. But that NXT plastic feels like the old Star plastic. It's really gummy, super nice. This Diamond plastic feels about like the old Champion plastic. Still has a little gumminess, but it has more overstability. I'm really loving this Realm in this NXT plastic. It's a little flippier than the AJ Destroyer. This still has a little bit of cut back at the end, whereas the Realm, if I put it on enough anhyzer, it'll just hold it. Both of these discs, I would say, are kind of outside of my arm speed. And yes, I did get sponsored by Gateway this year, but this is an honest review because this disc is the reason that I switched to Gateway. The Realm and the Wizard, both of those discs are the reason that I reached out to Gateway and actually signed up to be sponsored myself. I'd say if you're throwing a Destroyer right now and it's a little too overstable for you, then I would pick up an NXT Realm by Gateway. 10 out of 10. Holy grail of drivers. I'm not lying. I love this disc. I wish that I had the arm speed to really show you guys how far this disc can fly. Thanks guys. Have a great day and stay in the fairway. And here's a playlist of all my disc reviews if you enjoy this kind of content. Thanks guys.